Hey, tribe, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are subscribed, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you as part of the Date Thyself community. For those of you who are new here and you are just coming to this video, welcome. I am Coach Jocelyn, the Date Thyself coach, and I help professional women to put themselves first so they can have healthy personal and professional relationships. I am so happy to have you all here. This week, we're going to be talking about transformation and why now is a great time for transformation. Now, as many of you know, if you are seeing this at a later date, it is mid-September. It is actually September 15th right now. So we are in the middle of a transition from summer to autumn or fall, whatever you want to call it. I call it the fall. But we are in the middle of a transition. And I'm looking outside and I'm like, oh my goodness, why is it still hot? And yet all of nature is like, honey, it is the fall season. Okay. We are doing something different. The leaves are falling off the trees. The grass is doing something a little funky. Like it's like I'm in my rest mode now. And I just notice everything around me is changing, but I also notice that there are some things in my life that's changing. I believe we go through the same seasons that nature goes through is the same seasons that our lives go through, right? And for some of us, we can be in a winter season right now where things seem to be at a standstill, where things are just dormant. Nothing's really moving, but yet you are still diligently working and you're like, oh my goodness, where is the fruit of what I'm doing? But it is okay. It is just the season that you are going through, right? It is okay. It is okay to even rest, right? Some of us are in the springtime of our season. We are planting seeds right now. We are ensuring that we're saving up for the future, that we are doing things that we know will come later on, right? And some of us is in our summer season where we are just enjoying the fruits of our labors. We're just like kind of in a mid-rest period where you're still sowing things and you're still doing new things, but you are connected with your routine and now everything is just flowing, right? And then some of us are in a fall season where it's harvest time, where you're just receiving and receiving and receiving so much from the things that you sowed from many years ago, right? Or things that you have sown in other seasons. But I want us to recognize when the seasons of life is changing. And if you are like me, oh my goodness, everything in my life is screaming change right now, right? Like I was currently in a situation where I was so out of pocket and so out of character that I was like, where is this coming from? But I realized that I was not doing the things that I was doing before. I had been so focused on certain areas of my life that I had missed other things in other areas of my life. And every area of your life needs your full attention, right? And I mean, like, it's sometimes you're not going to be undivided, but you're going to have to give patient attention to each area of your life. You cannot neglect certain areas of your life because you're so focused on others, right? And that was something that I was learning. And I learned that it was time to do something new, that the season of my life was changing. I just recently turned 40. Thank goodness. I am so happy. Thank God that I just recently turned 40. And this is a new season of my life where I couldn't wait to tell somebody, honey, I don't do that no more because I'm 40, or I'm not accepting that anymore because I'm 40. And needless to say, I have not came into a situation where I could say that yet. And it makes me feel like when I was 21, when I turned 21, I could not wait to show that I was 21. I purposely went to buy alcohol that day just because I could, not because I wanted it, but just because I could. And guess what? They didn't even ask me for my ID. And I was so salty because I was like, seriously, no, you're going to ask me for my ID, even though it was a store that I frequented anyway, because it was like a corner store. But anyway, But I want you to think about the areas of your life that needs your attention, the areas of your life that has been changing and maybe you haven't changed with it. For example, professionally, have you been feeling like it's a dry season on your job? If you've been trying for a promotion and it hasn't worked, could it be that you're missing out on doing something in particular that'll help get you to the next level? Are you viewing your life properly? Have you been doing the small things to put yourself first and take care of yourself so that you are prepared for the things that you say that you want to receive? I think a lot of times we are in a waiting season. We are waiting for certain things. Maybe we're waiting for a relationship. Maybe we're waiting for a promotion. Maybe we're waiting on family members to change. But the truth is that there are some things that we need to do. We need to create and keep boundaries. We need to prepare ourselves to receive the type of person that we want. We cannot have no clarity and then be like, I want to be with someone who knows what they want, but you don't know what you want. So how can we be an expectation for someone to be who it is that we aren't even yet, right? So I want to take this time this season to work on ourselves, right? Even though I feel like this is a continuous process and it is so important to do this quarterly, I felt that right now is the perfect time to start this so that this becomes a habit for you. Because the truth is our goals begin to change. We sometimes meet goals. Well, not sometimes, but we meet our goals eventually, right? So now it's time to do something new. Now it's time to go to the next level of what we're doing. Sometimes our goals change and we're like, I thought that's what I wanted, but on the way to getting it, I ain't about that life. This ain't what I want. So it may be time to adjust your goals. It may be time for you to be very specific about your goals, because a lot of times we aren't very specific and it's vague. And it's like, if it's vague, are you really going to do it? If you're like, I'm going to go to the store. Okay. What store? To do what? What are we going there for? You know what I mean? These are the types of questions we have to ask ourselves when we're preparing goals as well. So for this series, I'm going to be talking about different areas of life. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put out the videos every couple days because I want you to sit in it. I want you to have time to let it marinate for you and be like, okay, what is it that I really want? What do I need to change in these particular areas? And the areas that we're going to be talking about is mental and spiritual health. We're going to be talking about physical and financial health. We're also going to be talking about self-care and so many other things, but these are all the areas that make us who we are and make us whole. I wanted to try to be very holistic in what I talked about so that you could see yourself in those areas and see what needs to be changed. But the first thing I want you to do before we begin this series is I want you to get clear. And what I mean by that is that I want you to clear your space, clear your area, because a lot of times we're like, oh, I'm ready to do something, but I can't think straight. And I firmly believe that your environment is a reflection of what's going on in your mind, right? So you may not have clarity. You might think you have clarity, but when you look at your space, there's things piled up everywhere. There's stuff everywhere. And you like, I can't even think in this room. So you may hide out in the one clean space in your home, which may be your bedroom. So I want you to clear your space up, pull it together. I also want you to grab a journal, a fresh journal, because I want you to document this experience so that at the end of this, you can go back and you can reflect and you can say, okay, now let me start this process again. Because when the season change, it's going to be time to do this again. So I suggest that you get a journal. So a journal and a pen, right? A pretty pen. So I want to give you a couple of examples of what I mean. So for me, like, this is my business journal. I love this journal. Actually, well, I call it a journal, but it's actually a notebook that I take with me everywhere. I write all my business thoughts in here, my strategies, whatever I need to write down, I write it in here. And I love it because you see how beautiful that is. I love it because it makes me feel powerful. I see women who look like me and it gets me excited. It gets me excited to do new things, right? And so that's the one I got. I actually got this from TJ Maxx for $4.99. Now, if you look for these online, I'm gonna be honest with you, they like $15. This is kind of the journal size because I just prefer this size because it's easy to slip into my bag, easy to take with me anywhere that I go instead of having a big notebook size. But that's just my personal preference. So if you need something professionally, I suggest getting a journal size so that you can take it with you, because we're going to talk about professional things too. But one thing that I think a lot of us don't do is that we discount the great things that we do on our jobs. And it's because we don't write down our daily activities. You know, when you're up for a promotion, did you write down what you did? You know what I mean? I don't want to get too deep into it. We'll talk about that later. But having one of these is awesome. And then here is my personal journal. I love it because it's beautiful. It's very feminine. It's really cute. And I love it. These are just the things I like. It has some of my favorite colors in it, and I just think it's really cute. But the key is that you want to get something that you want to write in. You want to be able to look at it and be like, oh, I cannot wait to write in this, right? You don't want to get something that's plain unless that's what you like. But you want to get something that says, this is me. This is what I want to write in. You know what I mean? So here's just another example. This one was actually given to me, so I'm not really sure how much this costs, but I'm telling you, if you go to Marshall's or TJ Maxx or something like that, you can get beautiful journals for really cheap. And if not, if you can't find those or you don't have those in your area, go ahead and go to Amazon. You can look in even Michael's or something like that. They have beautiful journals. Then you also want to have beautiful pens to write with. So like these are two of my favorite pens. This pen I got from my hometown, from Cleveland, Ohio. There is a sanctuary there that they make Christmas ornaments that I love. Me and my grandmother go there often every year to get new ornaments for our Christmas tree. And they hand make them they're hand blown and everything. They're beautiful. But they actually sell little pens like this. So I thought this was really cute. And then this pen I got from Amazon for really cheap. I got a pack of 3. There's 3 different kinds, and it also comes with refills. So I love these too. But look how cute these are. Don't they make you want to write? And that's the key too. You want pens that you love to write with that makes you want to write. So I want you to go ahead and get those things because we are about to embark on a journey and you need to record these things right. And because I want you to think about what is your goal from this? What is it that you want to get out of this? Because we need to be focused on the life that we're trying to get to, right? But there are steps in between from us being here to getting to there, right? So I want you to be focused on that, and we'll get much deeper into it on the next video. And as I said, they will come out every few days, so you don't have to wait until every Friday. Every couple of days, I'm going to put it out so to give you time to actually reflect and to also so you can catch up. So even if you come to this at the end and you want to binge watch, the videos will all be there. Okay. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. All of my information is down in the description box. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let me know. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.